Okay, I think we're live on Facebook. Waiting on the tubes to go live. And then we should be good here. All right. Looks like the tubes is live. All right. Hey, everybody. It's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and do a Q&A for you guys and gals. We got veins popping out everywhere, right? Veins are kind of angry. Forearms all on point because we're carved up now. We trained earlier. Now we're carved up. I would sit down and do a Q&A. I'm going to do a lot more content. Yes, I'm streaming on multiple platforms. I will be taking questions from both Facebook and the tubes. What's going on, TY? How you doing, brother? Now that we're sitting down here, the camera down like this, everyone can see the veins in the evening. Everyone's like, oh, coach, you vascular. Yeah, we got those veins. Got them happening. Right? Got them happening. Hopefully we get some good questions and comments. I'm looking forward to it personally. Right? Looking forward to it. But we will see what we get. If you hit that like button for me, TY, I should scratch my back here. So, hit that like button for me. Let's get a lively conversation. We had a lively one in here yesterday. I was kind of just on my zone yesterday, knocking down those questions, being positive. I tend to be more upbeat in these because I'm not tired of riding the bike. I'm still fasted, finishing up my fasting window whenever I do the one on the bikes. I've usually trained, I've either run or I've lifted, or doing stuff like that. So, I already got clients messaging me. So I tend to be not as upbeat. These I'm going to tend to be a little more upbeat. All right, we're going to be upbeat. We'll be getting it done. But yeah, if you guys will get those likes going, get conversations, get questions, get whatever we need, we'll make it happen. And again, we're good. No interruptions. Yes, I keep the doorbell turned off even during these streams now. Doorbell is off. Let's see. Well, Tom, why should you watch the stream over playing Warcraft? Because my stream is better. I answer your questions. I'm entertaining. I don't recommend that you play Warcraft. It's a big time sink that will just kind of suck your life away. I'm going to recommend you don't do it. Speaking from personal experience, wasteful time sink. That's a good enough reason. And at least here you would be entertained. Like again, Jason, I'm a regular. I see that. You've been playing 20 years. All right. Well, you seem kind of like a troll anyway still. So let's just get rid of him there. I'm going to help you out. There you go. Problem solved. Now you are free to go play World of Warcraft. You are free at last. Free at last. Praise the Lord. I'm free at last. We fixed that little problem, didn't we? Tell them to focus on the games, not casting spells. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Get those games. I'm here to help you guys get games. I'll help your brother out. I mean, I pretty much got garden hoses in my forearms. Pretty much catheter tubes in there. Train like I do, you'll get those. Right? It's all training. That's what heavy lifting does. Right? That's what heavy deadlifts do. That's exactly where they came from. That's how we do it, bros. So North America, what do you got going on? TY, what do you have going on? Let's get some questions. Let's get we already got some good views and likes already starting at 4 minutes in. This could be a quality stream. If we just get some good people in here, we get some good conversation, we get some good stuff going. Let his bounce. doing some accounting homework. Uh-oh, you in school, I assume. Have you gotten more vascular with age? I don't know. I think with age, the longer I've trained, I've always been fairly vascular with my training. Um, you know, vascularity came to me pretty quick, but I also always did a lot of pulling and stuff without straps. So, it could be a factor. Because I had tiny forearms when I started. They grew really quick just from all the pulling. And they've got bigger and bigger over the years. It's honestly just all the pulling. So that's probably been helped, with the vascularity and stuff. Right? So that's where the forearms are. Right? There's no AI happening. That's just really what my forearms look like. If Batman had a gym workout in real life, would he do conjugate? It seems like the most likely. Well, I mean, we did see that training montage in that Batman with Batfleck, right? We saw that montage. What? Well, that's a weird one. She says, "Hey, all righty then. Let's. I gotta see this channel. What is this? Oh, okay. Like Owl Goddess. We got like some Bohemian Grove stuff in here. All right, whatever. You know what? I don't discriminate. You're allowed to do that and still lift, and I'm still happy to give you lifting information. Plus, I've had a weaponsmithing already +6. Yeah, that film was awesome. Right. So, but we had a good training montage there. So we've seen how Batman trains. He does sleds. He does weighted dips. He does back squats with chains. We already know that. Right. I don't know anything about what just happened in Utah. No, I don't have. I've been in a live stream for like 7 minutes. I wouldn't have seen what happened a few minutes ago. How much of a super chat do you to bring back the outdoor vlogs? I don't know, man. I don't know. Q&A, let's get it. Tell them, Peppermint. Tell them get that likes. Let me go see what she's talking about. What happened in Utah? Hold on, let me go look. Utah news. Oh. What? Oh. Okay. Is he alive? All right. Well, I'm not going to go into politics in here, though. Yeah. Facebook post about AI. Why do you think you're safe from AI when corporations are laying off thousands of workers? I don't think AI is capable of coaching. Right? I don't think AI can really and truly coach. Peppermint, coach, that 315 rapport probably around the corner. Hope coming up. Yeah, I need to get a little stronger on all of that. The pause benching is doing good. I probably will have that coming up here soon. Those threes are looking good because the deadlift took off this last week. Yeah, let's drop that one. I didn't see all the. I just saw what it was. Like, oh man. All right, I'm doing some walk to Poundland. Says underhand barbell rows right now. Getting a bicep pump from it feels great. Much love, Jason. Just thought I'd drop in. Hey man, I'm glad that you dropped in, man. But yeah, that's some sad news. I'm hoping Charlie's okay. My thoughts and prayers go out. Oh, Giovanni's over here on Facebook says hard and vascular like a cock. He's talking about the forearms. What do you guys think? Right? How are we going to rate the forearms on a scale of 1 to looking like giant cocks at this point? I don't know. How are we going to rate them? I don't know, guys. That's what happens when you pull without straps. For anyone says forearm genetics, I had tiny little forearms when I started. The cock diesel out of 10. 25 years ago, I had toothpick forearms. So 9.568. That's higher than 9.5. I will take it. I'll take the win there. All right? We'll take that win every time. Yep. So I'm just going to go back to hammering down content, by the way. I messed for a couple of weeks with really reducing that to see if the algo went up. And it's like, nope. And I don't have a problem cranking out tons of videos. And it goes to both platforms. I'm just going to keep doing it. Well, Lucas says, we'll have this ruin my day. It saddens me so much. A big supporter. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But you know what? Let's keep him and his loved ones in our thoughts and prayers. You know, we'll keep them in our thoughts and prayers. That's what I'm going to do. I will do that here today. And, you know, that's all that we can do, really. And then hopefully whoever's responsible, you know, is caught. I'm pretty sure Utah has some strict penalties for stuff like that. Right? Do you think the algorithm could be confusing your videos for mass generated? No, why would it? It's coach mass generated by me on my computer with my voice and my camera. Right? I'm just good at making content super fast. I still have 65 videos that are not even uploaded right now. Like I'm not even messing with you guys. Like of the 8+ minute videos, I have 65 of them sitting me in a folder right now. That's just how I do it. I got 5 shorts I haven't uploaded yet. Coach work rate is something else. And that's in addition to doing all the vlogs, all the training, all the coaching. Looks like I may have a new client application today, so that's good. Yep. We just spread out content. We got to get that coach train rolling, guys. I do need to bring the coaching slots up. I have 3 slots I'd love to fill. You know, don't take that the wrong way. I know how you people are. Stop it. Those perverts. What's up, Dean? How you doing, man? Dean, channel member in the house. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of content this coming month. I'm probably, unless my coaching picks way up, I'm just going to hammer content because I have enough coaching slots that I got the free time. I'm just going to double down on content until it gets enough outreach to refill some coaching slots. So either way, I get paid, you know, but it gives you guys endless content every day. By the way, what's a beginner split for a female, 5'3", 310 pounds, and a number to reach in terms of squat? Luke said, I have multiple free programs. They're all good for a beginner. I might recommend you try either my old school progression. So I have a free programs folder playlist on this on here on the tubes, because you're on the tubes. I'm on Facebook too, streaming. I'm streaming on both platforms. You do that one, or you could consider the Ice Cream Fitness 2.0. But in terms of numbers to reach for, you can go pull up strength and conditioning charts in terms of different ranks for the squat, bench, and deadlift. There's charts you can find with strength and conditioning charts with a Google. And you can determine how you're classified, you know, of what takes you from a novice to a beginner to, you know, intermediate. Do you read any philosophy? Not these days. I mean, I'm familiar with the works of all the major philosophers. I took, you know, a decent amount of it in school. You know, I mean, I'm familiar with everyone from the works of Immanuel Kant to, you know, Friedrich Nietzsche. But I don't really read much philosophy these days. I'm probably fairly close to being stoic. What are you talking about? Oh, this guy, get out of here. What's up, Rufio? Sorry. But you are most welcome, Lux. I don't know how to say the name you have there. We just roll with it. I'm just going to call you Luke Sess. I don't know. Hey, Matt, training going well. I've been slow bulking and recomping. There you go. Everyone thought a lot that lost arm vascularity because I haven't been sitting down and he's been up on the bike, you know, riding. You can't see them when I've been doing the bike stuff. But, you know, no, guys, we still got the vascularity, right? We're good. We still got the forearms. We got forearms of peace and prosperity, right? Still on point. Well, plus you guys are used to seeing me fasted. I've eaten breakfast and everything now because I don't eat usually till about noon. Now that I'm carved up, salted up, all that stuff, we're all full now. It matters. No, we didn't lose vascularity. Oh, you said it perfectly just like that for sure. You can call you. Okay, we'll call you Lucy. All right. Maybe you'll be a regular in here. A bunch of these people are regular. We got a bunch of regulars in here. We got Rufio, Peppermint, Dean. Dean's a channel member. Marcinio. Peppermint, why don't you get a channel membership, man? Your regular supporter, it's only like $3. No, it's super cheap. I think it's the same price. So it's $3.99 for my Facebook one, actually. I get some of the supporters who come through there too in the lives. But yeah. Right. Bill, SPD went yesterday, 455 for 8 on Dads. I appreciate the super chat, Bill. Thank you so much, sir. 455 for 8. That's solid. You can't hate on that. You're pretty close to where I'm at. I mean, well, I just did 500 for 5 today. You're far from where I'm at on your rep work in terms of relative strength. Have you ever used any fat burners? In the past, a long time ago. I have not used any in years, though. We got some regulars, some females, some channel members. Yeah, the only regulars who we get who are women are, what's her name, Lacey. And I know she's a real person, actually. But one of my clients who is a girl comes through here sometimes, but you don't know that she's a girl. Former clients. Do you take any pre-workouts? No, I'm not a believer in pre-workouts. So I train fasted. I drink black coffee before I train. So all the lifting, all the cardio, all the running you guys see me do is all done just on nothing but black coffee. So if I lift and then do the sled, it's just coffee. And then when I do the bike cardio after, it's the same thing. And then the non-lifting days, those morning 5Ks are all done on just coffee. And then when I do the bike cardio after, it's just coffee. So I eat everything in the evenings. I don't do pre-workouts, but I do coffee. I do it was a set of 5 and then 8 felt good. I think if you can squat and dead in one day, then you can do all 3. I do. I mean, I squat, bench, and dead all 3 of my training days. I do all 3 lifts. What's the benefits of fasting? Man, that's a nuanced, complicated topic. I don't necessarily believe it particularly helps with fat burning. I think it can help with nutrient partitioning. But I feel that for me, it's mental clarity. I get a lot of mental clarity. I feel like I get really good workouts fasted because I don't have anything in my stomach. Because sometimes my workouts are intense enough I vomit. So I don't have that happen. I don't get nauseated, especially things like rows or a lot of work on squat. Yeah. Why SPD in that order? Because I do them in the order of competition. All right. I got the idea from your channel, from another cat was inspired. Nice. But I definitely, for me, it's also appetite control. When was the last time you trained after a heavy carb meal? Last time I did, it went bad. Like I'm not used to it now. So last time I ended up trying to do it, the workout was horrible because I'm so used to training fasted. But I do them in that order because that's the order we do them in the powerlifting meet. Working out while fasted is admirable. I eat like Dragon Ball Z character before I lift. I used to, man. I get such better workouts fasted. I like training in the morning. I like the fasted. Well, no, you're still going to get a pump. Like, why wouldn't I get a pump? I get crazy pumps on the rep work. No, you still get a pump. But pumps don't necessarily affect gains. Just keep that in mind. But I get pumps. All that arm work, my biceps get a heck of a pump. Especially if I go over the band work too. So the band work for the triceps at the end, those finishers, that's a lot of pump. It's not that much less. Why would you think there's a lot less glycogen? If you're carb loading at night, why would you have less glycogen? Who's told you this? You've been tricked into some nonsense. Usually, so I'd usually do 18.6. Do naturals get the same pump? Seems minimal sometimes. I always did. I mean, I'm technically only TRT these days. I still get the same pumps, but I was never used a lot of stuff in the past. I think people have some misconceptions about that. There's a reason I'm healthy at 48, and a lot of my contemporaries are dead or had heart attacks before this, right? I don't know the exact length exquisite. That was a long time ago. Again, when you guys always remember the rule, if you ask me anything that happened more than 20 years ago, it's kind of hard to give you specifics. It's just the way it is. So are you asking me when I did my first cycle was over 20 years ago. So I couldn't give you an answer on how many years. Some years. I remember the first one, but you asked me how long was I natty. I don't know how long. I know that I could bench 315 before I did anything then. I had a 315 natty bench. I fast every day. Okay, fair enough. The lower back pump is the worst. You ever get painful lower back pumps? No. Nope. My lower back is in shape. No, I don't get those problems. Are you on a lot of gear or something? That's drugs are oftentimes the cause. Oh, years. So I know that I had hit a over 300 bench and a 500 deadlift still natty. So I could do reps of 405 on the squat. All orals do insomnia. Anavar is pretty bad there too. By fast, you mean skip a meal? No. I have a 6-hour feed window. So I'm in my feed window right now, actually. So I only eat for about 6 hours. So if I cut my food off in the early evening, I don't eat till like noon the next day. So I do all my training without eating breakfast. All my lifting, all my cardio is all done on an empty stomach other than just black coffee. So no calories. Makes sense? But no, I fast every day. Been doing it for years. Again, makes my workouts better. I have a really clear head to work and focus in the morning. I'm very productive during that window. And I don't get nauseated or sick when I'm training. Right? So I feel that I get better workouts, both lifting and running. I would never fast for a few days. I would never fast for 24 hours as a lifter. You will lose muscle. I don't believe all the evidence on the fasting and longevity. There's some small amounts of evidence, but I don't think it's compelling enough to say that fasting is good for longevity. There's some small amounts of evidence, right? But I find for me, the mental clarity is a big deal. During my fasted window, I am insanely productive. I have great workouts. I'm creative. My workflow, like there are days in my fasting to where I will work out and make 5 videos in the middle of the fasting, right? Is not uncommon for me, and do a live stream and update 3 client sheets, right? Like that's fairly common for me a lot of times during my fasted window. I just have really good focus and mental clarity. I'm able to focus and stay on task. You watch the Olympia this year? Probably not. Probably not. Pretty unlikely. Anything going on Facebook? No, not since Giovanni posted. That's a little slow. You should incorporate AI into your workflow. I don't know what I would do with AI. There's the data showing that people who use AI a lot have less brain function, right? Or classic metal. So today was Easy Top. Last week it was mostly Iron Maiden, right? But today was Easy Top. Right? During that deadlift set, I was listening to My Heads in Mississippi. If you want me to be exact. Right? Yep. Why do I need it to adjust my client? I don't want AI. No, AI is not capable of programming for your client. Stop. Do not let AI program for you or your clients. That is stupid as hell. Just stop. Hit that like button, guys. On the flex. Tell them, man. Inspired. You remember Dallas McCarver? You mean the Dallas McCarver whose death I predicted 6 months ahead of time, and the video got thousands and thousands of views when he died? The Dallas McCarver who I said he's going to be dead in 6 months, and then he died. That guy. The guy whose autopsy showed for his testosterone on the autopsy 55,000 nanograms per deciliter. And I got that number correct. It was 55,000. That guy? No, I don't remember him at all. All right. Bro, just think for yourself. Progressing now. Raphael says, I have a question. Callie Muscle still walking around. I put him in the Deadpool. He had a heart attack at the end of my Deadpool. He survived. Callie Muscle survived the Blaha predicted Deadpool. He had a massive heart attack, but he survived. We're not going to do that. Raphael says, I've been working out and getting blood pressure spikes. I'm now on blood pressure meds. The working out will help you with that over time. So is there such a thing as my blood pressure is normal and you see me to literally rep 500 pounds for work sets on camera? I'm old lifting that heavy. My blood pressure is normal. The lifting is not what's causing your blood pressure. It's your diet, your lifestyle, your genetics being out of shape. Keep lifting, it will help. And he says, sometimes I'm too lazy to go. Why? Yeah, exactly. Tell him walk, go for walks and eat cleaner. Clean your diet up, cut the salt out of your diet, cut the saturated fat down, and keep lifting and start going for walks, do cardio. That will help, man. Because blood pressure is a silent killer. Like it's really not a joke, you know. Fortunately, you're catching it now. But in addition to those blood pressure meds, ideally you want to be able to come off of those. So clean the diet up. More fruits, more vegetables, get rid of all the saturated fat, all the fried food, cut the sodium down. Increase your potassium by eating potassium-rich foods, lots of fruits and vegetables. Keep training. Like he said, start doing more walking. I run a 5K 3 days a week in between my lifting sessions. So get some cardio in, you know. And notice my age, I still do all that. You literally watch me rep out 500-pound deadlifts, rep out 3 plates on the bench, do 5Ks multiple times a week. I'm almost 50 years old. You guys can get it fixed. Right? Sort it out. Fortunately, you caught it now. Walking says, I was drinking sodas every day due to my mother's lifestyle, and I was messing up bad. As a kid, I find walking to the plasma donation center on my head. Vegan gains will never, Natty. I agree. Yeah, we all know that. He didn't recently cash it in. Y'all are silly with this. He was using stuff years ago. You could tell every now and then. You could tell, guys, come on. He was not natty. He was never living that natty life. Right? And I'm not even judging for that. I could say a lot of bad things about him, but I'm not going to do that. I don't feel the need. But I'm not going to bash on the dude for using gear like everybody else in the industry. He just admitted to it though, didn't he? I think that was the understanding, like he said. So at least he's being honest about it if that's the case. Finally, so all right. I mean, I can't hate on that. That's one thing I can't hate on. And this is someone who insults me regularly. Okay? But you can't hate on that. Probably up the dose, but yeah. How it works. Lots of dudes do that. They up the dose and then say they went on. Dang, Jason, why'd you have to go live? I got to go back to my workout. Love your bench ain't going to build itself. Much love. Hey, man, it's all good. Go get that bench press. Quit goofing around in here and go get that bench. Come on now. Get after it. You got this. Hate to lose viewer in here, but, the gains can't wait. So get after it. What else we have going on? Nothing happening on the Facebook. I wonder why that's slow. Facebook's been slow today. I had a really good week, and it's been slow a day or two. I don't know what's up. All my stuff's showing in the clear. It's all green, all my stuff. That's right. Tell him to drop his like before he leaves. Walk to PLN, whatever. I don't even know what all that means. People put some weird stuff. But yes, we are still vascular, guys. Right? We're still veining. Everyone thought I lost it for some reason because I haven't been sitting down in these videos. You can see everything on camera. All right. Someone still in healthy test range, do you recommend getting to a more optimal natural tier? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, Dean. I mean, there are still clinics who will do that, but I would ask the question of what exactly are you planning on getting out of it? Dudes have this weird idea that if they're at the lower end of the normal range and they go on TRT, higher end of the therapeutic range, that they're going to gain 10 pounds of muscle. You're not. You should go to the All Things Male podcast. Why? I don't know anything about it. Thick like peanut butter. That's right. We get thick as peanut butter. It's the good kind of fat. Right? Try to tell that to a girl as a compliment. It still might not go over well. Because you're thicker than peanut butter. It's the good type of fat. It'll either go over real well or real bad. You just got to watch those pickup lines. They're very hit or miss. Very hit or miss. Sometimes you got to feel it out. Initially, I used to be 75 kilos and 217. Back then, I was a regular viewer channel. Things changed. I was at 110 in June. Ooh, now I'm back on track. Started exercising out, and now down to 100. All right. So keep bringing it back down, man. Come on down with it. That's why the blood pressure's still up, body fat's up still a little bit. But you can fix that. That can be fixed, my friend. All right? Totally fixable. All natural lifting, natural weights. Yeah, natural lifters lifting natural weights naturally. Right? Natural veins with our natural hypertrophy. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Oh, my, oh, my. Eating natural peanut butter. Right? What were the giveaway signs of vegans? He just didn't look natty for a while. There was a time you could tell he went on some drier gear, some Trent or Winchell or something. Right? Way back in the day, it was kind of obvious. I've already done countless videos a decade ago teaching you guys how to spot fake natties. You never need me to discuss it ever again the rest of your life. I did it. His arms were really, yeah, they were really big back then. They like blew up and were all veiny. You know. Yep. 99% of YouTubers are fake natty, pretty much. He used to do fake natty videos too. Who was first? You were him. Me. I was the OG. No, I was the OG of the spotting a fake natty thing. All right. My whole series was called How to Spot a Fake Natty. I started doing it in like 2012. If you make a natural song and post a video, I'll put 20 on it. Should I grab the strap right now? Seriously, you're writers before you on fake. He was, I think we were pretty similar time period, but I think he may have mentioned it first, but he didn't do a full series. You got to post it. I don't want to post a bunch of guitar stuff at the moment. Oh man. Trying to stick to fitness, Dean, you're killing me. That's good, Jason. You streaming afternoons a little bit now, yeah. All right. Why don't you put more fake natty videos? They bring engagement to your channel sometimes it's good. Maybe, I don't know, man. Because I just don't want to deal with the drama. I'm trying to really be informative and helpful. And I'm just tired of drama. I'm tired of drama coming into my life. Tired of it coming from the internet, tired of it coming from places. And so my thoughts are, I don't want to put that energy out into the universe, into the world anymore. Makes sense? You know, because you get back what you put out. And I would rather a lot of certain dramas just die off and go away. And I feel like stuff like that just feeds into it. You know, so if I don't want to attract drama to me, if I want to reduce the amount of drama that gets drawn to me, maybe I should be careful about putting it out. Right? Understand narcissists are easily provoked and enjoy conflict. Yeah. And I don't, man. I don't need it. I don't need it anymore. I just want peace, serenity, and gains. Let's get fit. Let's get strong. It's just peace, man. And my place of zen. You know, we got to get back to that place of zen. We can get a little aggressive with the barbell. You were doing a good thing, though. You were making newcomers aware of what to avoid. But it's everybody now. You know, the thing is who to avoid. It's everybody's a fake natty now in the industry. So it's like, what am I supposed to just say? They're all on drugs. Stop listening to their BS. Just get good advice and stop listening to their nonsense. Yeah. You know, because it's gotten more extreme. They are like all of them now. Green Pill, what are you trying to do? You keep doing a W and a W. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? What are you trying? But hey, at least we got one super in here so far. Have you seen? No, I don't know who that is. Nope, no idea who that is. For all I know, it's a troll. Like when you guys do that, for half the time I just seen it's some troll who makes hate videos on me or something. I've never heard of them. Do these influencers even claim to be natty? Some of them still do. They try to market it. Like, I'm natural. I'm all natural, guys. We all natural. We're true natural. Living that natty life. We drink natty light. Don't even get me started on anyone who does any mind-altering drugs and they claim natural. Just stop. Like I called those dudes out on that before. They both claim natty while they're sitting there smoking weed and getting all high, giggling on like little girls. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna use any sort of drugs when you know that your career would be boosted by using steroids and claim not to use steroids, but you'll use recreational drugs, I don't believe you. Like that's a straight up, you know that they're lying. And I think that's fair. I don't even know who's, because I don't watch YouTube anymore. Pew, I don't watch YouTube fitness, so I don't know who claims natural anymore. Some of them, maybe they just don't mention it or talk about it. I think Strap-On was still, or I'm sorry, Alexander Leonidas was claiming natural last time I heard. His whole crew, Bald Omni Man, they were all claiming natural. Unless that's changed, unless they came out of the closet, so to speak. Hey, Nash, I appreciate the donation. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I guess that's for giving you advice on your blood pressure. So that's a good way to say thank you. Hey, you're most welcome, man. And thank you for contributing. I'll let Dean see it. Dean sometimes starts competitions to match supers. He might not be in here seeing it. Be like, Dean, are you here? It'd be funny if he just popped in and saw it and did it. You know? I don't know how that translates. Is that pounds? Is that euros? What is that, euros? I don't know. But I know it was more than $5 just on the super. But it's all good. Is Cialis good for recovery? No. People use it for a pump in the gym, but I don't think it affects recovery to my knowledge. 10 euros. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I am unaware of if Cialis improves recovery. To my knowledge, no, but I could be completely wrong. I could be completely off base on that. If anyone has data. The biggest super I ever got was like $150 in a super. In a live stream, it was like, what? Just like, wow. You're like, okay, well, that was cool. I was not expecting that. You know, but that was like 3 years ago. That's how long it's been. I guess the only time I got over $100 from money. It's like, it's crazy. It's like, all right, I guess he really appreciates my information. You know? King, you might get $1,000 donation if all your work. I doubt it. I doubt it. No one's going to send that in a super. They would probably send it some other donation so they don't get the cut taken out. If they were going to do all that, I would suspect they'd be like, you know, PayPal or Zelle, you know. Cash App. I doubt that's going to happen. Right? It'd be cool, but I don't see it. You know. Of course, I'm saying that, but you never know. You don't know what these things. You don't know what people are doing or what they're feeling or. But that would be fans. Have I gotten that sort of donation from another influencer? And I'm not going to say who. Someone gave me over $1,000 once as a gift just because they appreciated what I was doing. Does trend make people hypersexual? It can, yeah. Right? Now, I'm not going to say who. You won't be able to figure out who it is. So. It was unexpected. So. Right. I don't watch YouTube fitness. I'm not interested. It's a bunch of ass clownery these days. I just don't care. Let's make an exercise tier list with a bunch of goofball stuff in it. Let's not put squats or rows or pull-ups near the top of the list. All the stuff that made everybody jacked and strong for decades. Yeah, I'm just not doing that. We've written 6-day-a-week training programs that we think natural should run. Yeah, no, it's just, we have an all machine program. Yeah, we're not doing any of this nonsense. Here, buy my pre-workout. Here, I'm eating protein cookies. Yeah, that sounds like I've never. A bunch of people are doing the tier stuff, and it's just, they're ridiculous. And I'm sorry, but if you're going to make tier lists, the stuff that has actually built champion bodybuilders should probably be near the top of the list. Just going to say, if everyone from Steve Reeves to Arnold to Ronnie Coleman didn't use it, it might not be as high a tier. And the stuff that they did use should probably be near the top. It shouldn't be down the list. Right? I used to use the Smith machines regularly for bench press. My wrist was hurt due to it. I know, Coach, I don't like the Smith machine. I'm not a fan of the Smith machine at all. We're not a fan. It's just the way it's got to be. How do you know it is overrun with people lying? Because you can look at them. It's been that way a long time. Puke. I just don't really watch anymore, but I even see all my feeds. I see just screenshots of everyone. I see all the social media fitness people. I'm on Facebook way more than YouTube. It's my main platform, really. I'm streaming on Facebook right now, too. I'm streaming on both platforms. It's just overrun. The amount of site injections in the shoulders I see on Facebook is insane. Like everybody pinning their delts on Facebook and Instagram. All right. Yeah, it's unavoidable, really. Yep. Yes, it is. All right, guys. Debating winding this down here shortly because I'm doing plenty of these. I don't have to run them out super long. Puke, you sure are jumping in. You wanted me to stir up some drama. I can tell. Let's go investigate your channel. Bam. All right. Did you see? We heard about it earlier in the things. People alerted me, and I saw it in the beginning of the stream. I have not further investigated. Yeah, I'll have to check it out further later. Very unfortunate turn of events. Very sad world that we live in. I don't know. I haven't seen the details. Whatever's in it. I don't know. I've never watched them. If you need to go to someone for dating advice from like a source, it's not probably useful. You're pretty well hopeless if you need to go listen to dating advice from some sort of pickup artist. You're probably lost. I've never seen this until this generation. Right? Never in the history of the human race have men struggled so much to get a date. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, dating advice is full of nonsense, full of scam artists. I guess it's never been a problem for any previous generation of men, right? It's because dudes have no social skills. They don't actually get out and talk to people. It's entirely their own fault. It's actually plenty of guys don't have problems. It's a small number who do, and then they come to the internet and drown it out asking for advice. Yeah, it's the insult, but they're not involuntary. They're voluntary, right? The incel term isn't even true. It's not involuntary. They choose to not have social skills. They choose not to talk to people, and they choose to pick hobbies that women don't like. I watch anime. Well, that already is going to shoot you down. Surveys show that most women will not date a guy who watches anime. That's a perfect example. It's not involuntary. You are choosing your waifu over getting real pussy. You're choosing to have hobbies and things that women do not find attractive while having no social skills. I mean, that's the whole problem. It's not a good combination. So it's a conscious choice, right? What's your favorite item for fiber? My diet is always low on fiber. I don't like oats. Everything I eat is high in fiber, right? Like today, I had brown rice, I had potatoes, I had peppers, I had broccoli, right? I had some avocado. So you'll see my food later, my pictures on social. Like those are all fibrous foods. So I eat like 4 or 5 things every day full of fiber. So it's not about picking one item. You want to have a varied diet. Like the higher your variety of fiber, the healthier you're going to be. Actually, Jason, on his well-earned redemption arc, a lot of the toxicity in the fitness community's passed away or left exactly. And I mean, I'm trying not to do anything toxic. I'm trying to just help people. I'm trying to focus on fitness. Like I'm over here even talking about, well, right, let's do cardio, let's run, let's lift weights, let's be fit, let's eat healthy, let's eat clean, let's eat brown rice and vegetables, and avoid alcohol. Like this is the lifestyle I live, is what I push, And I'm just going to be about helping people get fit. That's what I do with my outreach. I'm familiar with that backstory. I'm not going to address all that in here, Daniel. Okay, I'm back. Wife helped me with a 270 for 6, was going for 5. Jason, what are your thoughts on doing rows before bench? I have a huge discrepancy between them, though it rows with a flat. If you feel there's a discrepancy there, I'm actually okay with that, right? So if you know that your rows are a weak link compared to your bench, if you want to row before you bench, I don't think that's unreasonable. I'll sign off on that. Right? Right? Fitness, guys, fitness. Fitting these veins on the screen, fitting them veins under my skin. There are people who are celebrating. Yeah, but I'm not going to go celebrate all these deaths. I'm not going to be that person. I'm going to celebrate anybody's death out there. Why should we do that? At the end of the day, even if I think a terrible person has died, but they maybe have loved ones who would see it, you see where I'm going with that? So here's the way to look at that. If someone out there dies, even if I don't like them, but they have loved ones who might see it, I don't want to get up and talk trash about the person who died and celebrate it. Do you know why? Because maybe their loved ones are good people, then they're going to see that. And all I'm doing is instigating harm against them. I haven't done the world any good by celebrating their death. Does that change anything? No. But maybe then their loved ones see it. And then maybe they're hurt by it. And I've inadvertently hurt an innocent bystander. Right? And these are things that I think about more and more the older I get with my own behavior and my own actions. So there's a reason I don't celebrate certain things. Do you get along with most? Yeah, for the most part. I'm a fairly personable guy. So this is stuff that I think about of what about those people? I mean, have I potentially done a little bit of harm by doing that? Maybe. Have I helped anybody by doing it? No. And that's stuff that we have to think about a lot with what we do, the blowback other people get. That was something that weighed on me with my own videos years ago. I was giving Alexander Leonidas a hard time, justified, giving him a hard time in videos back in the day. I lit him up, if your attention to him, and then people started stalking his sister, harassing his sister. Okay, so we're about to go with that. I had to get a video up and say, please don't do that, guys. Stop. If you're my fans and you're asking him, stop doing that. Because I had to live with that thought of, okay, I called him out, but then an innocent person got harassed because of it. That's not right. You see where I'm going with this, with our actions and the blowback? We might feel we're doing something good, but what happens when what we're doing blows back on someone who's completely innocent because of their association with them, being related to them? Is that fair? Is that good behavior? Like any of you step back and look at that and go, man, so if I light up a person who maybe has it coming, it's only words, but then an innocent bystander then gets harassed and messed with, is that morally good? No, it's not. Consequences. We have to think about that stuff of that blowback and things that hit other people. That one weighed on me. Like so much so that this is what, over 5 or 6 years later since that happened. I still think about that. And granted, I lit him up a little bit earlier because he was like coming at me too, but then I kind of backed off again. This is last year, with the whole going at the whatever natty, whatever goofballs cult, fake natty cult they have, whatever it's called. I can't remember. Noble natties, right? But it was something that, I had to think about before. That's not right. Those are innocent parties to this. They don't deserve that. It's not right. That makes me rethink those actions. And this is what I mean by when people say, why don't you do some of these dramas and call out? Like, because the negativity and drama cycles, it creates a cycle. Then that causes people to go mess with their loved ones. Then it blows back on me, and then people feel justified in harassing me. Well, because you put it out, you should be able to. You see what I mean? Create a whole negative loop of piss poor, terrible behavior. Like you're saying, the world is effed. And I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, that sort of behavior is what feeds into all these problems, isn't it? Just saying. Right? Can you guys feel what I'm saying there? Can you dig it? Trying to do better. Not that, I mean, I could be, but there's no record of it that I know of. I mean, anything's possible. Being part of a toxic fight, the hammer will hit you, and that's the point. That's the point. That's why I don't want to do any of that. No, Jenny and Facebook. I'm good. How about we don't? All right. Yeah, exactly, Titan. Exactly. it creates a whole cycle of bullshit, really. Right. I was in a similar situation. Target harassment turned me into a bad person. It turns into a vicious cycle where you get mad at the situation and unrelated people get mad back at you. Exactly. Let's just not feed into it. But let's not feed into it, and that's the point. All right, guys, I'm gonna wind these down. Let me shut down the Facebook. I'm gonna shut down the Facebook. Close down the tubes. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.